Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If you've been watching lately, you've noticed that I have been picking up these icon ratchets, especially since the recent 40% off sale, which I think many of you took part in as well. And if you're here watching right now, you're probably watching because you have this same issue that many of us have been having with these ratchets. And I will say this, we're going to go through here. I think I found a solution. I want to share it with you guys, but I want to let you know that the issue appears to be with only these fixed head ratchets. The flex heads don't appear to be grinding, but the way you test, and I did this in my last video, feel free to go back and look at the other ones because we do a lot of background history on these. But the problem is if you free will, it's fine, right? Either direction, that's fine. The second you put any sort of force on it, and especially in this direction, it will bind and eat at the pawl and at the anvil. So listen. And then it's in either direction. It is eating away. And what that is, and we'll look at it here real quick, is inside there's actually supposed to be what is a wave washer. And this is the correct one that's supposed to be in there. But it is missing in both of these. And it's something new. The older models did have the wave washers, but the newest ones, and even the ones we get the nice what was it, like 150 piece icon set with the trays, foam trays, all that stuff, those have the same problems because I just returned one of those as well. And so you may be thinking to yourself, well, okay, what's the solution? Well, Harbor Freight has the lifetime guarantee. I could just take these back and say, here, take them and give me a new one. Great, do that. But you're going to get the same problem again. These all apparently have that same problem. And maybe you'll get lucky. I've heard a couple people so far in the comments say they got lucky and they got one back, but how many times do you have to return it till it gets fixed? So I think Icon or Harbor Freight should come out and fix this and offer a recall on it, but that's not up to me. In the meantime, I have found a different solution. I'm going to share it with you guys now, and you may decide to go this route. You may not decide to go this route. This is completely up to you. But me personally, I get tired of the warranty process, especially if I know I'm going to have to go through quite a few to get the right one. So let's dive in here now and show you how I managed to fix this ratchet. Alright, so we got her open. Now the next step is, well, it looks like it actually stuck to this side. Here is the wave washer that I used. Now, like I said, this is, and I'll put them side by side so you guys could see the difference between them. This is the appropriate one, and it is actually very flimsy. The one I got now, a lot stiffer. Actually very stiff in comparison to this guy. Very flimsy. So the challenge is this works as a shim, right? And so as it's compressed, it takes up the space in between. Put this on here. In between the anvil and the cover. And so as it's pressed down, it puts preload on the ratchet so it works properly and doesn't move around inside there or bind. So these ones, I've not found an exact copy of this yet. I'll leave its specifications down in the description below where you could actually take this size and use it to get what you want. Or I've already taken the next step for you guys and grabbed this washer. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say it's not a perfect fit, at least yet. But the washer I used is from this kit that you get off of Amazon. It's the Glarks 320 piece wave washer assortment kit. I think this might be the part number. Feel free to use that if you'd like. These are definitely made in China, and they are carbon steel, which is a stiffer steel assortment. Now, there's other manufacturers on there, but this one seemed to have the closest tolerances to what I needed. And they come out as such, really wavy. And so my recommendation is take these and hammer them down until they are almost completely flat. They will always have a little bit of wave to them, which is what you want. You just want a little bit, especially with how thick this is. Because these ones come in at the 16 by 21 by 0.3. So this is actually 3 times thicker than what it needs to be, which becomes a little bit of a challenge. So 1621 by 0.03. And I think the original numbers are about 14 and some change. by 18 and some change. So these are both just a little bit bigger than what it needs to be. But of all these, I tested them all. This is the only one that actually fits and works correctly or close enough to what is correct. The next step is once you get that flat, it's still just a little bit too thick. So take a fine piece of sandpaper. I think this is like 1,000 or 2,000 grit. And just sit there and sand it. Get it down as thin as you can. And then put it in. Again, the key is with how thick this is, you want this wave washer as flat as possible before you put it in. But you put it in, and I guess I'll show you guys here real quick what it is like now. Be sure to oil it as well before you put it back together. Find a nice synthetic oil and put it back together. The thinner, the better in this case for this ratchet. I would not use a thicker grease. I've actually got a really thin dropper synthetic oil that I put on this. I'll show you guys here in just a second. So put those just snug. I've been using this Royal Purple Sin film, which is just fine for most of these really thin or small tooth ratchets. Okay, so back together. It does have some backtrack right now, and that's the process of wearing it in. I may go ahead and crush it a little bit more, but it does work, and I have a feeling it's going to work itself in just fine with time. But here's the key. Lift up on the handle. Just fine. Switch it up. Just fine. No more binding. So that is a solution, guys. Is there a better solution? I'm hoping there is. This is a little bit more work for you guys to have to do, and you may not want to do it, but I don't want to go back and forth with this ratchet trying to get it fixed and find the right one from somebody. And this kit itself, again, on Amazon, it's sub $9, I think, shipped to your house. So pick up a set of these washers, add them to your collection. You're probably going to use them on something else down the line. But that's going to get you to fix that terrible grinding, and it's going to end up destroying your paw and your teeth on there. And you don't want that, guys. So get the right wave washer, put it in there, get it fixed, and you'll be good to go. Anyways, if this video was helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and please like, because we do a lot of videos like this. We dig in to the details and try to get you guys the best tools possible, but also fix those things that maybe you didn't know you could fix. So, all right, guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon.